I wish to start with one sum from the exercise of a chapter, that is share capital transaction. Just observe the sum. A limited company issued 3000 redeemable preference share of ₹100 each and 1 lakh equity share of ₹10 each. The amounts were called as under. On these shares, preference shares and equity shares, amount demanded with application, 30 rupees for preference share, 4 rupees for equity shares. Amount demanded with allotment, that is for preference share it is 40 rupees and for equity share it is 3 rupees. Amount demanded with the final call, ₹30 in case of preference share and ₹3 in case of equity share. Company received applications for 2800 preference shares. Company wanted to issue 3000 shares. Applications are received only for 2800 shares. It is presumed that the applications have been received more than minimum subscription. So 2800 applications received are less than what we wanted to have. We wanted to issue how many preference shares? 3000. How many applications are received? 2800. So we can allot only 2800 shares, and on 2800 shares we can demand the allotment and final call amount. So far as equity shares are concerned, we wanted to issue 1 lakh equity shares and the applications received are 1 lakh. So 1 lakh applications are received and we wanted to issue 1 lakh shares. So all the applicants will be allotted shares and we shall demand this allotment and final call on 1 lakh shares. Allotment and call money were called on both these types of shares at an appropriate time and were all received on due dates, past necessary journal entries in the books of company. Now see, here preference shares are issued, equity shares are issued. Both are issued at a time. So we shall receive first of all, or we shall write the entry for application money received on preference shares. Then we shall write the entry for application money received on equity shares. Then we shall write the allotment to the applicants of preference shares, and amount of application received on preference shares will be transferred to preference share capital account. Then we shall allot equity shares to the applicants of equity shares, and the amount of application money received will be transferred to equity share capital account. Then fourth entry will be, this is the fourth entry. Now fifth entry will be allotment money demanded on preference shares. Sixth entry, allotment money demanded on equity shares. Next entry, allotment money received on preference shares. Then next entry, allotment money received on equity shares. Then final call demanded on preference shares. Then final call demanded on equity shares. Then final call received on preference shares. Then final call received on equity shares. This is a sequence in which we should write the entry. Here, important point to be noticed is that preference shares, though we intend to issue 3000 shares, we can issue only 2800 shares because the applications are short than expected. Let us start. First, I received the application money on 2800 preference shares. Bank account debit 2800 into 30, 84,000. To redeemable preference share application account credit 84,000. Now we receive the application money on equity shares. How much? On 1 lakh shares at the rate of rupees 4 per share. 1 lakh shares at the rate of rupees 4 per share. So 1 lakh into 4 lakhs. Bank account debit to equity share application account credit 4 lakhs. So first entry, application money received on preference shares. Second entry, application money received on equity shares. Now these applicants will be allotted preference shares. The allotment results into a contract between applicant and the company. When contract comes into existence, at a moment when the offer of an applicant is accepted by the company, here the offer is accepted by allotment, by conduct, and for that allotment, resolution in the meeting of board of directors is necessary. And when this resolution is passed, the application money gets transferred to redeemable preferential capital account. Observe it. Redeemable preferential application account debit 84,000 to redeemable preferential capital account credit 84,000. Now, a resolution passed for allotment of preference share and the resolution passed for allotment of equity share should be separate. No common resolution could ever be passed in the board meeting, remember it. Now, board of directors have passed us another resolution wherein the applicants for equity shares are allotted equity shares. Moment that allotment takes place, the application money on shares allotted gets transferred to equity share capital account. Observe the journal entry for that. Equity share application account debit 4 lakhs to equity share capital account credit 4 lakhs. So these 4 entries are over. Now allotment dues demanded on redeemable preference shares. Then allotment dues demanded on equity shares, on allotted equity shares. Then allotment dues on preference shares are received. Allotment dues on equity shares are received. These 4 journal entries that I intend to write next. On 2,800 shares at 40 per share, amount recoverable on allotment of shares as per prospectus. So redeemable preference share allotment account debit, this is a recoverable amount. How much? 112,000. This amount is demanded at the instance of preference share capital. So redeemable preference share capital account credit 112,000. Now we have to demand the allotment dues on equity shares. The entry for that is equity share allotment account debit amount recoverable per share. How much? 3 rupees per share. On how many shares? 1 lakh allotted shares. So this recoverable amount is titled as equity share allotment account debit. So equity share allotment account debit 1 lakh into 4, 1 lakh into 3 lakhs. To equity share capital account credit 3 lakhs. Now after this demand on allotment of shares, the amount is going to be recovered. So when the amount is received, bank account debit, recoverable account, that is redeemable preference share allotment account gets closed. So bank account debit 2800 into 40, 112,000. To redeemable preference share allotment account credit, this recoverable amount is recovered, so account is closed. Now we receive the amount demanded on equity shares. Bank account debit 3 lakhs to equity share allotment account credit 3 lakhs. So this account debited now is credited, it gets closed. This is how allotment dues are demanded and recovered. Now I want to go for journal entry for the final call. Same way, final call demanded on preference shares, final call demanded on equity shares, final call received on preference shares, final call received on equity shares. This is the sequence in which we shall write the entry. Now, on 2,800 shares, 30 rupees per share demanded. So, redeemable preferential final call account debit recoverable on final call, 84,000. The amount is demanded at the instance of preferential capital. So, redeemable preferential capital account credit, 84,000. Now, we should demand final call on equity shares on 1 lakh shares at the rate of rupees 3 per share. Amount demanded is 3 lakhs. So equity share final call account debit 3 lakhs. The amount is demanded recoverable at the instance of share capital. So equity share capital account debit 3 lakhs. Now amount demanded is recovered. So first we write the entry for recovery of preferential dues. Then we shall write the entry for final call recoverable on equity shares. So bank account debit 2800 into 30 to redeemable preferential final call account credit. So this account that is debited gets closed. It's a functional account, temporary account that gets closed. The moment the amount is recovered, that account gets closed. Now we have recovered the final call on equity shares, bank account debit 1 lakh into 3 lakhs to equity share final call account credit 3 lakhs. The functional account debited 3 lakhs got credited when it was recoverable. Final call account was debited. When the amount is recovered, final call account is credited. Now we have written total number of 12 journal entries. The total of all the 12 journal entries, if you work out, 25,60,000. Now all these journal entries are presented here before you without writing narration. Now you are supposed to write narration in the examination. I have explained these journal entries. If you want to see the sum with narration, it will look like this. You can read narration patiently and understand the concept once again. I feel that you have understood this sum and also noticed the sequence in which journal entries could be recorded. Thanks to all of you.